Greetings and salutations, my compatriots. I know it must be a little bit strange seeing me in 3 dimensions again. For the record, I had not originally planned to do this video. I had a certain someone, which you know who you are, was insisting that I should do a video of this particular assortment, so I guess that's what we're doing. For the record, this video is entirely unscripted, and I'm doing all of this on improv, so I am incredibly sorry for any incoherent ramblings that may ensue within the next however minutes this goes on. I also apologize for the fact that this isn't the normal content. There was a... yes, the classic YouTuber move of, oh, I haven't met my upload schedule. Quick, let me excuse dump onto my audience. But there's been a lot going on as of late, and I just genuinely haven't had the time to do a lot of research into things that I've actually wanted to cover. So, I guess this is how we got here. Anyway, so, I went to a military vehicle expo, which is something that I have never done before, to be clear. And, oh my goodness, let's just say that I can die happy now because I got to see a genuine Sherman tank run. I have never, in my life, seen a World War II tank actually run in person. I was glad there was no one there to videotape my face when this all went down, because if they were, they could have used that as extortion. They could have blackmailed me with that. That would have been career-ending for people to see the dopey look on my face. Just me seeing this Sherman tank drive by and feeling the rumble in my chest from the engine when it was idling, and oh my gosh. Oh my word. What was the best part about this whole thing was that my dad and I had gotten there early, and they were driving the Sherman tank, which was sitting next to the interstate of all places. They were bringing it up to the front of the show, and nobody else was really there, so it was a case that I got beautiful, crisp, clean audio with this thing. Which, for the record, random tangent here, to any of you who happen to be recording historic military vehicles in whenever you happen to encounter them, if you have the opportunity to record it without anyone speaking, please do so. I am so sick and tired of seeing videos like the King Tiger at the Samur Museum, where every time I go to get audio of it, all of a sudden here comes a guy in there, it's like, wow, isn't that cool? It's like, yeah, dude, I want to get the audio from it. Please be quiet this instant. Anyway, random tangent over. So that was very cool to see. Now, of course, in true military vehicle expo fashion, there was an unreasonably large amount of Jeeps there. Like, an insanely large amount of Jeeps. Now, granted, what was nice was that a lot of these Jeeps were unique ones. For instance, I thought it was very cool to see the pre- and early standardization for Jeeps with the slat grills, which I thought was very, very cool. The other very cool thing that they did here at this military expo, which didn't happen on the first day, it happened on the second day, was they had a flyover from a C-47, but not just any C-47. This C-47 is known as Placid Lassie, and Placid Lassie is a genuine, full-blown, actual survivor of Operation Overlord, Operation Market Garden, and the Crossing of the Rhine. It's a veteran of so many different major campaigns of the war, and the crazy thing about it is, aside from the engines, all of the plane is pretty much original. It's crazy. And to hear the sound of it flying over was just amazing. Oh my gosh. Like, just trying to imagine what it was like, say like the Cliffs of Dover or something, and hearing all the C-47s flying out that night to drop the paratroopers into France on June 5th. I cannot imagine the sound that made. Or all the C-47s that took off from Market Garden. I cannot imagine how deafening that would have been. What was really cool about this was they didn't just do a flyover with Placid Lassie. Placid Lassie actually dropped paratroopers, which was really cool to see. One of them I could have sworn was going to overshoot the drop zone and land on my forehead, but thankfully that didn't happen. Also, I have to go on yet another random tangent here. How come in popular World War II media we can't acknowledge the presence of logistics vehicles? Like, you always get your half-tracks, your like CCKW, your Opel Blitz, but you never get the really weird stuff, like the Ford GPA, which there just so happened to be one of those there, or even the duck. You don't even really get the duck in a whole lot of stuff. And, like, just all these different various vehicles, like communications vehicles, sound ranging equipment vehicles, all sorts of weird stuff, which... Oh no, I'm going on a tangent. Which, one of my favorite things is I have an old book on German wheeled vehicles, which in it lists a, I kid you not, a diesel-powered ice maker, which, nothing better than your ice having a little bit of a nice, sweet, diesel-y aftertaste to it. But, you know, I'm obviously dealing in semantics here, because the ice is intended for the refrigeration trailer. Good grief, I went on a tangent again. This is why... You know who you are. You know who you are. This is why I told you I couldn't do this. The one thing that I am reluctant to announce is that I may or may not have spent a decently, majorly, hugely significant amount of money on a lot, and I mean a lot of books. Oh my gosh, they had so many books, like good books, really good books. Oh my word, I found a book on the Toldy. I found a book on the Toldy tanks. I wasn't even aware there was a book on the Toldy. And I found it in English, and I'm like, holy moly, bruv, this is peak. Anyway, I also happened to find something from AK Interactive, The Real Colors of World War II. Very cool book. Not sponsored. I wish I was. Man, I wish I was. But really, really cool book, talking about camouflage colors and about how in popular media a lot of times they're represented wrong. Like, I got so many books. Like, oh gosh. I'm gonna be reading until I'm like 80. Oh my gosh, but it's so, so good. Oh, I loved how many books I was able to get my hands on. Like, I found books on German railway guns. I try and find this stuff on Amazon, and I always get, like, these stupidly, overly vague ones that are very broad in scope. And I get in here, I find these thinner ones, but you open it up, and it's, like, production numbers. You've got, like, changes made during the production run, weird sub-variants of things. It's like, oh man, we have found the peak. I also may or may not have gotten myself the ultimate fidget toy, which is that... Oh boy, here we go on a tangent again. Almost 10 years ago now, I went to the Virginia Beach Aviation Museum, and one of the German reenactors let me hold one of their non-firing MP40 reproductions. And from that moment on, I wanted one. Well, at this military expo, I got the chance to get me one, and I had to get it. I think it's Denix. I think Denix is who makes it. Yeah, they make like they make the ultimate fidget toys for men. Let me tell you what. By the way, the MP40, you hear about how in media and stuff about how light of a, you know, like how it was a very lightweight submachine gun and how it was very easy to carry around. These guys must have been jacked then. I mean, granted, I'm not exactly the living embodiment of fitness here, but man. They also had the Thompson there, which I didn't get the Thompson because it was like $400 or something like that. But holding the Thompson, oh my gosh. Jeez, man. But yeah, I got myself the ultimate fidget toy for men. Would highly recommend, by the way. Very, very entertaining. Well, anyway, I think I've rambled on and on and on and on about my own personal life for a little bit longer than I probably should have, and I have to be very careful here because if I go on a tangent, I'll probably end up putting a lot of you to sleep. So, without further ado, I hereby conclude this here video. But before I conclude, I would just like to give a special shout out to my channel members. Like over here on YouTube, we've got Lord Hoth 4443 of the Table Size Collective. And then, we've got our absolute legends of the Monochrome! We've got, which, what a name, Dragon Butt, and then Mr. Voke. And then, over on Patreon, Bombird205, the absolute legend, of also, the monochrome, and also a new member, Spent Brass. Greetings and salutations. I am so sorry that you have decided to waste your money like this. Anyway, so, if you wish to become a channel member, there's obviously ways of doing that, but I'm not going to bother wasting my breath telling you how to do it. And, I've also got a Discord server, which I definitely totally check regularly. Totally, yep, And, yeah, you can support me on YouTube, you can support me on Patreon. Honestly, even just your viewership is appreciated. Like, just the fact that you people find me entertaining means so much to me. Thank you all so much. I hope you all have an exceptional day, an exceptional week for that matter. And, yet again, thank you all for tuning in, and until next time, this has been the monochromatic dragon fellow wearing a suit standing in front of a whiteboard. Bye, I guess? Well, you told me to do it, and I did it. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy. I better not see a bunch of people in the comments now telling me to start a podcast.